We have arrived to Saturday. Initially I was gonna do a stream, then I wasn't, but then I was like, you know what, let's go ahead and do a stream. We got a mixture of stuff to talk about today, but we're gonna have a good time, man. It's pretty warm. Let's see. Oh, it says tomorrow the pollen. I'm looking at my little weather thing on the side of my screen. It says the pollen is gonna be high tomorrow, which means that I may be sneezing because my ass is definitely allergic to some pollen. Let's see, what's the temp? It's 67, 68 degrees outside. So after this is over, I think I'm a go ahead and get outside. And sometimes when you just are lazy as hell, man, today is one of those days. I mean, I'm on here on stream, but I have like no clean clothes, so I gotta wash some stuff. I got a bunch of stuff I gotta do. And speaking of pollen, now I'm sitting here and I gotta sneeze and shit, man. So I guess it's some type of a placebo effect. But either way, we gonna have us a 420 live stream. But again, as you can see, you know, I look like I just rolled out of bed because I'm chilling. I'm not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we got distracted guarding a stoned assassin. Well, I'm quite stoned right now, but man, I am chilling. I am chilling. I got some stuff that I need to do, but I might could push it off till tomorrow. What do I have to do? I need to go to the convenience store. I need to walk to we got brother Alonzo. We got like my music in the building. But yeah, so I gotta walk to the convenience store, get a few things. It's nice out. I think I'm gonna do that. But I'm just chilling. I'm relaxed. But let's go ahead and see what's up because we got several things to look over. A couple of political things, not really, but then again, we got well. Thank you, Alonzo. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, mind you, I didn't say that I'm bad looking. I just said I'm on my lazy shit today. Oh, how blare you! Thank you for becoming a member. And thank you for joining us on this Saturday stream. Because again, I wasn't necessarily going to do it. Now I'm sitting here thinking about some video games I want to play. Hey, it's 420, man. Let's kick it. Now, let's see what we got here first. Like I said, I got a nice little mixture of some stuff. Okay, hold on. So have y'all know what jujitsu is? But they got car jitsu. They got car jujitsu. And well, shit, distracted Gardner, you better than me because I ain't even made it to the shower yet today. I like after I wash my face and everything like that, brush my teeth, but you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I ain't even done that. So you've done more than me today. Miss Thickness, thank you so much. And happy 420 to you as well. Man, I got the cotton mouth going. And when that happens, water just doesn't do it. You need something a bit more filmy. So let's start off with this, right? It's 420. We gonna have a good time. Again, y'all. I know you didn't heard of jujitsu, but they got car jitsu, right? So drinking up, taking a swig about my big old bottle, my big old baby bottle. All right, what we got? Oh well. Thank you, distracted gardener. I appreciate that. And that's what I strive for. You know what I'm saying? Like, and every time people tell me anything remotely along those lines, I'm like, at least I'm good for something. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least I'm not totally useless in this world. We all got to pinpoint and identify things that we good at. At least I'm not a totally useless bastard. So thank you for that, and I'm glad that I come of use in conversation somewhere. But yeah, no, we chilling today. All right, so let's check this out. Now, no, this reminds me of the second Matrix. What was it? The Matrix Reloaded. It definitely would be a much more peaceful place. You know what? Listen, as long as my essentials are paid for, as long as I got food to put in my stomach, I'ma have some weed. And it's not just because I'm a crackhead and I love drugs. It's not just because of that. You know what I mean? It's not just because I love me some drugs. It's also because it helps with the lifestyle that I live right now. So as long, like I said, as long as I got food to put in my stomach and as long as my essentials are covered, I will spend my last dollar on some weed. Yes, sir. Because at the end of the day, you got to rationalize. You got to rationalize yourself like that. It's just like, what is an extra 20 or $40 really gonna do? I ain't got no kids. I ain't gotta feed nobody else. You feel me? So go ahead and run me that bag. You feel me? Some brutal card jitsu championship. Now, this is incredible. But this reminds me of the second Matrix movie. When they was in the car, them ghost agents would like phase into the car and they was like fighting in the back and shit like that. That's what it reminds me of. Now let's see these videos.
Taking a look at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt Matt Williams, the first of our main event competitors this evening. Matt will face the Russian innovator and creator of Kar-Jitsu, BJJ black belt Vic McKeeve. Vic is a master of Kar-Jitsu, having hosted 9 events in Russia and
Hey, well, check this out. You say you don't smoke, so today is just another day to you. I smoke so much that today is just another day to me. You know what I'm saying? We align at the same point, even though we at the opposite end of the spectrum. You don't toke on the ganja. I do it so much. It's just another day. It's just another day to us both, my brother. See, that's how it is. Even when you're seemingly different, even when you think that you're so different, not really. Not really.
remaining undefeated in Kar-Jitsu competition. But we have brought McKeeve here to the United States to demonstrate his unique brand of grappling.
Yes, exactly. This is about beating the shit out of people in cars. Apparently so. Apparently so. And I'm all in for it.
And test himself at Kar-Jitsu Championship. Vic has a big test ahead of him this evening with the tough American black belt Matt Williams, and we are honored to have these two accomplished men here at Kar-Jitsu for our inaugural U.S. event. Now let's head back down to the vehicle and our host, Dallin Getling.
And we made it. Let's go, Matt! We made it to the main event, and the car
it looked like they just having a good time. they just having fun.
are still intact, well enough for you guys to get in there. We have two Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu's black belts. We have Matt Williams, and of course, the creator of Kar-Jitsu, we have Vic McKeeve. So we're going to go ahead and do a coin toss. I'm going to let you call it in the air.
Heads.
Heads? It is heads. So you choose. Okay, go ahead and go around there. And I'm going to talk with Vic. Now, Vic, obviously you've been doing this for a while. We're still kind of learning about it, but you had to compete.
All I'm thinking of is like motherfuckers getting strangled and shit, but we'll see what's up.
This first one that we're doing here, did you have any preparation, or like this is just second nature for you?
I do not prepare for Kar-Jitsu, and I think that's just, it's a good thing because we can just practice regular Jiu-Jitsu, compete here once in a while, and feel and be prepared.
So do you do most of your learning just in the matches themselves, or do you actually train?
Yeah, in the matches.
Oh, really? Yeah. Right on.
And so far, it's been enough.
Okay. Well, you probably don't even want to look at the vehicle. You don't need to know. You're going to learn as you go. But go ahead and get in there and take your 30 seconds. Thanks, Vic. All right, Matt. So now Vic had to be in this one, right? So we had to find a black belt. How did we find you?
JT posted on Facebook. I said, Kar-Jitsu, I'm in. It sounds amazing.
Very cool.
The competitors begin seated with safety belts fastened. When the
We got Annie in the building. How you doing today?
match starts, they unbuckle and engage, using any part of the vehicle to their advantage. Points may be awarded during the match, but have no bearing on the outcome. It takes a submission to win the round at Kar-Jitsu Championship. If the bout is even after 2 rounds, we go to a 3rd round and possibly sudden death to decide a winner.
Goddamn big for this bullshit. I needed a whole bus. You know what I'm saying? I'm 6'6", and there's people taller than me, and you don't even got to be that tall. Well, 6'6", you don't got to be up here. Be like, damn, I can't even move. I'll just be like, ah!
Okay, Matt Williams is making his way back to the car, and we are nearly ready to begin our first 3-minute round. The first 2 rounds at Car Jitsu Championship take place in the front seat. If there is no clear winner, we will move to the back seat for a 4-minute third round. Anything inside the vehicle may be used to submit your opponent, and all rounds can only be won by submission.
Buckle up.
Hajime!
Round 1. Immediately, Vic McKeeve reaches over and blocks the seatbelt of Matt Williams. Matt is now still wrapped in his seatbelt. It's wrapped around his left arm. McKeeve is trying to advance his position.
They can't even
and get on
move.
top of Matt in the driver's seat. Looks like he's about to do so, but Matt has a lockdown on the left leg of McKeeve. Matt's now trying to take the back of Vic. Vic's trying to free that leg. Matt's still stuck in that seatbelt. Okay, now Vic just realized that
They can barely even move. They trying to like, okay, I'm trying to go for the arm bar, but like, I can't, I'm kind of trapped. I can't really do it. I can only wiggle around like this.
the seatbelt
This
is
shit
in
is complicated.
play. He's got the seatbelt now, and he's trying to wrap it around the throat of Matt
Oh!
Williams. Matt has no interest in that. He's going to take. Okay, Matt is grabbing the back of Vic's head and trying to control the posture so that he can wrap the seatbelt around Vic's neck. Okay, Vic avoids that
Bruh,
successfully, and
he
now
can't
he's
even
trying to wrap
move.
that seatbelt around the throat of Matt. Matt is pulling out all of the slack to prohibit that. Matt wants the seatbelt choke himself.
They want to throw punches so bad. They're like, yeah, because if you like this, it's like it'd be like somebody's gonna have to throw some type of a blow or grab something or scratch something if this was real. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, just like you could just kind of like stretch yourself out, and it's like now neither one of us are going anywhere. You know what I mean? But again, I guess this is why this is a good sport. You know what I'm saying? Because it's complicated. It's not easy.
This is a
It's
big
rules. That's what makes it a sport.
battle between who can be more effective with the seatbelt. We've seen a lot of seatbelt chokes tonight.
They got the announcer in the background.
The most effective has been the Ezekiel seatbelt choke, and it looks to me that that's what Vic is trying to apply here. Okay, now he's got the seatbelt all the way around the back of Matt's neck. Matt is in a bad situation here. He still has the lockdown on the left leg. That's keeping Vic from advancing his position, and Vic does not like it. Oh my gosh, Vic now has the ankle. Vic's going to go ahead and lay back with this ankle. He's abandoned the seatbelt choke, and now he's looking for some sort of a heel hook here. Maybe a knee bar. Oh my gosh, Matt is in a horrible position here. Vic is now jerking on the ankle. He's looking for any sort of a lock here. He's going to extend the... Oh my goodness, Matt's in trouble. Definitely Vic's...
Oh yeah. But this shit is wild. I mean, it's a fun idea, but it's too. I mean, it's fun to look at a few times, but I mean, like, there's not enough movement. Like, they can't really go anywhere. So,
looking for a heel hook here, and there's the tap. Wow. And just like that, Vic McKeeve...
right, exactly. If they was in an SUV or like or something, then at least maybe they could like, just. I don't know, but yeah, this is interesting, but not really all that entertaining at the end of the day because they can't move, they can't go nowhere.
Down inside the floorboard, windows are starting to fog inside the car. Vic's going to go ahead and use the steering wheel to assist himself.
Yeah, like they can't really go nowhere. Hey, but I mean, it's interesting, but yeah, no, definitely, I agree. Distracted. They need to do it on a flatbed trailer. That would be much better because again, it would be more entertaining and they could, more freedom of movement, all of that. It would be much better. Okay, let's see. What should we do next? Apparently, okay, I think. Oh no, this is old. This is old. Is this? There's another. Okay, so there's another Transformers movie coming out. It's called Transformers One. They got a trailer for that. And then they got the second Joker movie coming out. I saw the trailer for it. It didn't really show that much. It was just a teaser. I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with it. I thought that the Joker movie was interesting. It was like a decent like standalone story because like it doesn't really follow the canon of Batman, because this Joker like met Bruce when he was still a little kid. Like it was, you know, kind of a world of its own. What was it? It was like Thomas Wayne. He thought that was his dad, but it wasn't. Like, so it wasn't canon for Batman, but it was a I thought it was an interesting movie. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was good. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen in the second one, cuz I remember in the first one you know, like he took the life of the game show host at the end, and then he went to prison. But I mean, like, he just seemed like a troubled man. He didn't seem like some type of criminal mastermind. You know what I mean? So I'm interested to see how they're gonna shape this up. Lady Gaga's in it. I don't want to play this just because like copyright stuff, but with this one in particular. Well, I mean, we should be good. But it doesn't really show much. It really is a teaser.
Let's go, boys. It's showtime. Wakey, wakey.
And I think that well, we'll see. Maybe this will be really good, but it may be such that it was like, oh, y'all really didn't need to make this. Because sometimes it's like that. Sometimes when you make a good standalone, you kind of should just leave it by itself. Because when you make a second one, it's like, oh, y'all made a second one just because you wanted to get people to the theaters. So we'll see.
Hey, Fleck, you got a joke for us today?
We use music to make us whole, to balance the fractures within ourselves.
Yeah, I agree, and that's why I think the first one was good, because it was a really good standalone story. So it's like, but I didn't see him as like, again, like some type of a criminal mastermind with some big grand plan. So it's like, what are you really gonna do with this in another one? But I'm just kind of nitpicky like that because I'm a whore for good writing.
I'm nobody. I haven't done anything with my life like you have. Let's get out of here.
What the world needs now.
It seems like this is kind of what the movie's gonna be. It's gonna be about them two, and it might be good, but like, again, it just I don't know. I have to see it before I have a real. Yeah, that's Lady Gaga. So again, maybe that it's, you know, again, it may be good, but you know, for people who when you make movies or shows or anything that has like, you know, if it's Batman, Superman, they have like a hardcore fan base, then people are gonna, you know, like, they may be like, okay, this is good, but what's really going on? So I can't tell what the hell is going on. But it seems like maybe it'll just be like a movie about them two. And if they make it a good story, then it'll be a good movie.
Is a love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just to live a love. But the world is not in love, sweet love.
Tell us, what's changed? Are there?
What's really going on? Like, is this in his mind? Is he imagining this? Like, why would they let him out of prison? Or how did he get out of prison? Like, you know what I mean?
What's changed? I'm not alone anymore. That's what we should be talking about.
It looks like it's gonna be a very cinematically pleasing movie. Like, the cinematography is gonna be really, really good and really strong in it. And also too, it seems like it'll probably kind of go through the delusions of this man, because in the first movie a lot of what we saw wasn't actually happening. It was just him imagining it. So that's a lot of what makes it interesting. Um but yeah, this kind of is like it seems like it's its own standalone thing. I think that the first one was good. I think the soundtrack was really powerful for the story. I think it was appropriately dark, and I think that if the first one was really good, then the second one could be good too. But I feel like you just kind of have to accept that it's really not Batman canon. And I'm not really too big of a prude. You feel me? Like that's why I'm saying, oh, this looks like this looks like it could be a good movie.
I want to see the real you.
Yeah, this seems like it's gonna be a movie about the delusions of a mentally ill man, and it may be good. But yeah, no, if it's good, it's good. And already, even at that, like there's a ton of like standalones in Batman anyway, like movies and stuff like that, like not like screenplay, real like live screenplays, but like animated movies and stuff like that. All right, now let's see what's up with this. Man, they was talking about piling tomorrow. Man, this piling today is getting my ass. Ugh, god damn. This pollen is going crazy, whatever it is. Okay, so we got man. I'm doing this cosplay shit soon. Whenever they have like some big NYC Comic Con cosplay, whatever the hell. If it's close, at some point I'm finna be in all of these shits. One, because I'm a huge, massive nerd, as y'all know, and it'll be fun, and it will also make for great content as well. But it'll be fun, and there'll be a lot of cool ass people there. So I look forward to it. So why am I talking about this though? Because of this. We got Euless in the building. What's going on? I'm doing well today. I'm chilling mostly. You know what I'm saying? Like I got some stuff I need to do, but I think tomorrow is when I'll handle my run my errands. You feel me? Today I'm just kind of relaxing and doing my thing. But I got some stuff to do. Yo, Mike Boy, early you missed it. The first thing we watched, it was like there's like they do jujitsu inside of cars. They call it car jitsu. And it's kind of boring because there's not really that you can't really move that much. You can't really go anywhere. But it was interesting. They have like jujitsu matches inside of cars, and you can use like the seat belts and choke motherfuckers out and shit with the seat belts and stuff like that. They had an announcer calling it play by play and all that shit. But yeah, nah, man. I gotta get my ass up here in these damn Comic Cons because these motherfuckers be having all the fun. This shit is mad. Looks like it's mad fun. We may have watched this earlier this year, actually, but this is just like a recap again.
Switch it up, switch it up where I'm going.
First, you got nerds are cool now. Nerds used to get you beat up, but now all the cool people are nerds. Oh, it's and speaking of Alien, I think there's an Alien TV show that's coming out pretty soon. I don't know much about it, but I did see a little blip about that. My favorite out of the live movies adaptations of Aliens is the second one, the Aliens. That shit is good. That's my favorite one. Star Wars. That's awesome. Oh yeah, we gotta make this happen. Okay, look, this look like okay, this is the One Piece crew right here. Oh yeah, I got to do this. I gotta go ahead and go to the next one. Does this say anything about hold up? Oh, this is just from it just says 2030. I'm finna be looking and checking. Do the Comic Cons does it move from city to city or something? Is it like this year it's here, next year it's there? Is it like that? I've never been, but I want to go. Not just for the women, of course, but also, but I think that shit would just be cool as hell. It would be a really great time, and there would be a ton of awesome people to meet there. Um, so I'm gonna check that out. I'm also gonna start doing stuff like participating in like marathons and stuff like that. But yeah, no, that cosplay shit seems fun. Like if you're not shy, if you can get past that, I mean, fuck it. You feel me? Like I said, now being a nerd is cool. Okay, what is this? We may not even Citadel. What is this? Some shit about True Social. Okay, nah, we don't even need to do that shit today. Okay, what this former Mississippi governor slams state's plan to celebrate Confederacy. April is Confederate Heritage Month in Mississippi. Uh, they trying to make April the month of April Confederate Heritage Month in Mississippi. Well, you know what? I honestly, that's the place to do it. Out of all the states in the U.S., Mississippi is the place to do it, I suppose. Okay, let's see what he has to say.
April is American Heritage Month. April is also National Poetry Month, Jazz Appreciation Month. In some states, it's Child Abuse Prevention Month. In Mississippi, Lord, Mississippi, the governor.
Shit, I do a renaissance. I go to a Renaissance fair, man. I want to go to all this nerd geek shit, man. Sign me up for all of this shit. I am. If there is anybody on earth who is not too cool for some shit like that, is me. I'll be the first one to tell you. Look, listen. I surprise people sometimes with shit like that, but no, I ain't too cool or too good for none of that shit. I may be quite full of myself, but if you look a little closer. I actually don't think I'm too good for things. If I did, there's a lot of shit I wouldn't be doing. But check this out. We're going to see what's up. Confederate Heritage Month, because stick it to the libs.
Has proclaimed April Confederate Heritage Month. And next Saturday, if you're not busy, April 27th, specifically was proclaimed Confederate Memorial Day. The proclamation was shared by the Facebook page of the state landmark, the Jefferson Davis Home and Presidential Library. Check out the caption here. They invite you to come celebrate with us. Celebrate with you. Celebrate the heritage of traitors who fought to preserve slavery under the fallacy of white supremacy. Hard pass. And this is not the first year this is happening in Mississippi, but you have to ask, why does it keep happening? Well, let's get perspective now from a former governor of Mississippi, Ray Mabus. He was also Secretary of the Navy under President Obama and is a former ambassador. Governor, good to see you. Let me read first just a bit of the statement that came from Governor Tate Reeves' spokesperson. For the last 30 years, 5 Mississippi governors, Republicans and Democrats alike, have signed a proclamation recognizing the statutory state holiday and identifying April as Confederate Heritage Month. But this is a choice every time it happens. What's your reaction to this proclamation?
Well, first, I didn't do it when I was governor. And
He said first, before I say anything else, don't blame me, motherfucker. It had nothing to do with me. You can check the records. You can go back and look through all the archives. This has nothing to do with me. So before you cut and make any type of clips and make any type of content, I did not do this. Hey, I gotta give him a pat on the back for tact right there, because I guess he knows how the world works now.
Confederate heritage, really, the heritage that I think of, Confederacy, is slavery, is treason, and is losing. So which one of those heritages are we really honoring here? But it's all part of that lost cause narrative, the Moonlight and Magnolias that came about a few years after the Civil War in an attempt to reassert white supremacy. It came hand in hand with Jim Crow, and it worked for a long, long time. Statues were put up, this heritage notion, but what it does is incredibly hurtful. It is incredibly harmful, and it honors something that we should learn about, know about, but definitely not honor.
You know,
And they got on the side why Rap World is feuding with Drake right now. Central News Network, 24/7 news. I mean, it's just petty. That's all it is. It's just petty. It's just petty counterculture. Because I mean, that lost cause shit really has never gone anywhere. I mean, obviously it's died down and it's been kept alive and died down in different intervals around the nation. But like, you know, people don't just wake up one day spontaneously thinking that the Confederacy was awesome. Nah, they've been hearing that shit their whole lives, and so did their parents, and so did their parents. Like my grandfather, I mean, he's passed away now, but my grandfather, my mother's dad, he was born in 1916. So like when you really like count it up, these things did not happen a long time ago, So people they whole lives they have looked at it like America should have been one way but it went left, should have went right but it went left. Like that's how they see it, that's how they learned about it. They don't just wake up thinking that shit.
Confederate monuments are one thing. They exist, and then often you have to spend some money, pass some laws, some ordinances to remove them. This is something that he's proactive about. Is the Confederate constituency in Mississippi strong enough that to simply just let this be on the books without signing a proclamation to acknowledge it, that there would be some political pushback for the governor?
Well, there certainly should be some political pushback. And I think that anyone that thinks that this is something that should be done, that this is something that will help in some way, is just dead solid wrong. There ought to be lots of pushback toward doing things like this. And, when I was governor, when I was running for governor, my slogan was Mississippi will never be last again. Mississippi has been so far down on so many measures. And this is one of the reasons we're trying to look back on something that was truly awful. People trying to own other people. And that's the reason the Confederate States seceded. All you have to do is read their
that's literally the reason, because they were like, oh wait a minute. no, we want to keep things going the way they've been going, because if it ain't broke, why fix it? I mean, it's not even just the labor part. It's because you got to keep in mind, it's not everyone couldn't afford plantations. So people who were of this mindset, it was their way of life and the way that their point of view, you know what I mean? So they went to war over their point of view. And part of that point of view is that certain sects of people deserve to be owned. That's what it was. Because that's how the country was united. You know what I mean? Like that's how it spread out. It was like, all right, well, how are we going to mix slavery into this? How are we going to mix this free labor and land theft? It was all in the banks and the loans. It was all intertwined. It was the machine. It was automation of the time.
articles of secession.
And
And
I hate to interrupt, but let me read the first couple of lines from Mississippi's justification for secession. This is January 9th, 1861. Our position is thoroughly identified with the institution of slavery, the greatest material interest of the world. Its labor supplies the product which constitutes by far the largest and most important portions of commerce of the earth.
See, again, that's why it wasn't like it was just kind of this backwoods thing that people in the South would take part of sometime. Like, no, motherfucker, like this shit was the engine of the goddamn country. Like, it's how the country functioned. It, like, through and through. It is how this motherfucker operated.
These products are peculiar to the climate verging on the tropical regions, and by an imperious law of nature, none but the black race can bear exposure to the tropical sun. I mean, this is what the governor of Mississippi says, that there should be some time to honor those who fought for it and reflect on.
Nah, they just being petty, man. Because so much of, I mean, obviously, again, too, that lost cause shit is still alive. But they just being petty. You know, sticking it to the libs at all costs, no matter what. Just continuously stick it to the libs. It's just more and more of that. Okay, now, hold up. I saw this headline and I was like, how is this even possible? Like, goddamn, what are you doing? What are you doing all day? What China teenage girl who called boyfriend 100 times a day, diagnosed with love brain, attracts huge attention online. 100 times a day. Like, you literally are doing nothing else. That is all, like, all I did today was call my boyfriend over and over again. Nothing more. Oh, well, okay, at least she 18, so I guess at least she has room to grow. You feel me? Like, when you see stuff like this, sometimes it's like when you see that they're in their early 20s or late teens, it's like, well, I guess now's the time to be doing shit like this. If you're gonna do it, go ahead and get it out the way when it still doesn't really matter too much, you know? Oh God. Yeah, nah. She sound like she got an extreme version of what I got. I got borderline personality disorder. And when it's in its extreme version, this is the type of shit it can make people do, because it, yeah, you feel, and I don't know, but that's kind of what this sounds like to me in the extreme version. Because you're always like worried about, like, oh, like someone who's close to you is gonna go somewhere, like, oh, they, like, all of a sudden they just feel differently. 5 minutes ago, this person loved me, but now all of a sudden, I don't know. Like, that's kind of how that shit works. And when you don't have a lot of control over it, then it can make you trip and do crazy shit. But this is rather extreme. You feel me? Most people with BPD ain't this goddamn extreme. If they doing shit like this, they got it bad. You feel me? 100 times in a day. God damn. He was like, yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work out. She was just like, ring, 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 ring. Well, again, she 18, so again, if she's gonna do it, now's the time to do it. If she just learns a little bit more about herself and life, grows up a little bit, she'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? This will just be a ugly part of the past. She has love brain. They get all she has love. That sounds like some shit that, like, some boomers would get with that would give you just because they teasing you type of shit. You know what I'm saying? That sound like some shit they'll give you, like, oh, she just has love brain. Like, they just teasing her, like, oh yeah, I remember when I was 18 and I was a crazy bitch. Oh yeah, I remember my crazy bitch days. Then I grew up and I learned. Oh, this is hilarious. But yeah, no, this is a bit extreme. A bit extreme. uh, Damn. How many times? I mean, yeah, nah, she literally was just sitting there doing nothing but calling him. That's all she did. I understand what was going on in her mind. She just super young and immature and probably she just got it a lot worse than I do. But I understand. And then you be mad, like you just mad as hell out of nowhere. Just and when you don't know what's going on with you, like you're not thinking about it. You're just all over the place, and like that's just how things seem to be. But then, like when you learn more about yourself, it's kind of like you realize it's like, like this shit'll pass. Like in like 30 minutes, I'm not gonna feel like this. And then slowly it just like it doesn't take over as much. Like all of a sudden, it's like those thoughts just like, oh, you're worthless. You ain't shit. You must not be worth nothing. Like when you don't really know what's going on, that shit hits a lot harder. But when you know what's going on, it still hits you, but not the same. It's just like, shut up. Like you know it'll go away. You might need to lay down for a little bit and get yourself together, but like, you know what I'm saying? It's just kind of how the shit goes. You just gotta learn how to deal with it. But you gotta take care of yourself and be healthy because things don't just fix themselves. But when you have certain types of issues, you can get healthy, but sometimes you just gotta learn how to roll with shit. You know what I mean? Now I agree with this. Oh, and thank you, Distracted Gardener. I'm looking forward to all of this as well. But yeah, no, that love brain shit just sounded like some boomers teasing. Like, yeah, I remember back in the day when I was a psycho bitch. I remember. Now, Cameron Diaz has an idea about relationships, and I don't disagree with this at all. I don't disagree. She wants to normalize separate bedrooms for couples. I mean, shit. If you have enough money to get a house or an apartment that has enough bedrooms for that, I mean, if that's what you want to do, then shit, that's fine with me. That makes sense if it worked for you, especially now how and open we've been. But that's actually a decent idea. You know what I mean? Like if you have issues sleeping or y'all on different sleeping schedules or something like that, you know, it'd be good to just go. I'm gonna go ahead and get my sleep. Some nights y'all can sleep together. Do whatever you want to do. But I don't disagree with this at all. Because sometimes you can sleep good with people, but other times, And oh yeah, especially too, like what if you snore and shit like that? You can get your CPAP machine, but yeah, nah. Hey, shit. Do your thing. But I'm probably gonna do that. I've lived with a woman before, but the next time I live with a woman will, I mean, that's not gonna happen no time soon. But if it when it does, it'll likely be, you know, like when I'm having like kids or some shit like that. But shit, if I got it, I that sound good to me. It works for me. Now hold on. What is this? What is this shit right here? We got some type of a Trump focus group. Yeah, distracted garden. I agree. I mean, it just seems kind of realistic to, you know, like it just seems like that would work. That seems like a good idea. That would work. It seems like you would get more sleep, get a bit more of your own space. You know what I'm saying? Like just to yourself. I think it's a good idea. Okay. Let's see what's up. Focus group descends into chaos as Trump supporter yells, "You guys can't handle that." I haven't seen this, so we about to find out what's up.
Well, 2024 shapes up to be a bitter rematch. Longtime Republican pollster Frank Luntz is sharing some never-before-seen video from his focus
Yeah,
groups.
it really is, right? I mean, just yesterday, somebody lit themselves the fuck on fire. Like, yeah, I mean, we just getting started with the craziness of this race. I mean, man, this shit's gonna be crazy.
Sharing it with Outfront. Take a look.
How condescending was Obama? I couldn't stand to watch that guy. He just looked down on top of everybody. Trump will get down in the dirt and work with you. So Obama would.
These people, bro, they're so delusional. Like, They just want to believe this shit. What evidence have you seen that Donald Trump has ever been willing to get down in the mud with anybody, even for himself? What evidence have you seen of that? And this dude sounds incredibly passionate, like he really got to believe this, but it's like, I think this can't be true. Like you just really, really got a point to prove. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Come on.
Never done that. You want Obama?
Like you just don't want, you know what I'm saying? Like when you're just in so much denial, you just don't fucking want to hear it.
But I couldn't stand to watch that guy. He just looked down on top of everybody. Trump will get down in the dirt and work with you. So Obama would never have done that.
And then too, what? It's like, why are you talking about Obama? I mean, like, I understand that it can come up in conversation, but again, it's like these people, like, move the fuck on. Like, they're still thinking about this shit. They still thinking about it. They have not gotten over the fact that a black man was president. Because why are you even talking about it in this regard? You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, Obama broke these people's minds. And again, it's not as if Obama was some type of a raging progressive. He wasn't. I'm not even going there. I'm not even saying that. But the fact that this black man was president really drove these motherfuckers crazy, because that's all the fuck I'm hearing right now. Why are you talking about this? We got Trent in the building. What's going on?
Respect, but you have a president who takes on women, minorities, everything but white males.
He won the election, and he won.
He didn't get
and
the
you guys
popular
can't
vote.
handle that.
He didn't.
And then he lost, and you can't handle that. You see what I'm saying? Like what is this even about? What is this even about? Obama looked down his nose at people. You know what I heard? You know what I really heard him just say? I don't like looking up at this nigga. That's what I heard him say. That's what I heard him say. I don't like looking up at this nigga. And because at no point they not talking about none of the issues. They not saying nothing. He looked down his nose at people. Trump don't look down his nose at people. And you can't handle that he won. This motherfucker lost in 2020. What are you like? Bro, these people are crazy. This shit really is a cult. This shit is crazy. Right, exactly. They all look the same. They all look like they was drawn in here. But Obama drove these motherfuckers crazy.
I don't know why he's racist. Why do you ask him? Because he sits up and he says, all those Mexicans are rapists and murderers. Okay, and yes, he did say that. Yes, he did. Can I finish my? I didn't say that. You're talking about. I'm talking about when he was running.
Yeah, I know. He said
and they so passionate about it. And it's pathetic isn't the word, man. Like, how are you so devoted to this dude?
Send the worst among them. Some of them are rapists. Some of them are drug dealers and murderers.
They ask me what I feel.
Frank is with me now. So that's just that's a small snapshot, right? You shared a fair amount of video with us. When we look at that, you've said the country is more divided than ever. I think a lot of people would agree with you. But this video evidence, why?
Like what? Like what? Like you guys, you can't handle the fact that he won. He lost. He won in 2016, but he just lost. Man, cult. This shit is a goddamn cult, man. What the fuck?
Why? How? Why is it this bad? What are you learning from these groups in these moments?
That there's no editing anymore. There's no censorship. That we now say what we think. We say what we want people to hear rather than trying to learn. To me, it's not about the mistakes made. It's about the lessons learned. And no one's trying to learn anything from this. They simply want to be heard, and they will shout to be heard.
They want to be heard. Do they want to listen?
No, they don't want to listen. They don't want to learn. And my issue in this is children are watching. Our kids are watching this, and they're learning models.
Sarah, thank you for the information. Appreciate that.
behavior. There's a reason why in universities and in schools all across America, more young people are acting out. There's more shouting, there's more aggression, and that they see it from the politicians. They see it from Washington, D.C. They see it in focus groups like
They may
this.
see it at a school board meeting.
And the school boards are the worst.
Yes.
Parents go there and they threaten the people on the school board. You have to get cops in there. What is wrong with this country that we've gone that far? That's my question I keep asking.
So
I mean, again, it was just a focus group, but I mean,
well, it's 2024.
yeah, I think that that's a good example of how this shit is just a cult of personality at the end of the day. Because what was that shit even about? Like, what was that even about? Obama looked down his nose at people, huh? I mean, I guess that could be a critique for anybody, just like a personal critique or a critique on someone's character. But no, he don't look down his nose on people like Trump does. I mean, who doesn't Donald Trump look down his nose at? He looks down his nose at his own people. You know, the same people he hires, he fires, then he trashes them, but like in a comical type of way. Like, everybody, there's a difference between having something legit to say about an experience you went through and just like, oh, today you're amazing and tomorrow, oh, you were always an idiot. But like, you're the one who put them in position. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just like, if this dude becomes president again, like, what even is his agenda? What the hell is Donald Trump's agenda? All he's gonna do if he becomes president again is react to stuff, which is not good. But that's really all he's gonna do. That's all he's gonna do if he becomes president again, is just react to shit and lash out at people. Like anyone who's ever given him any trouble in the government, he's just gonna lash. That's all he's gonna do. Anyone who has any type of loud, significant voice who talks bad about him, he's gonna lash at. That's all he's gonna do. And he'll cause a lot of problems. He'll cause a lot of issues for sure. But it's just like, I mean, what will it take for these people to snap out of it? What will it take? And I don't know. I really don't know the answer to that. I really don't know the fucking answer to that. Other than time, perhaps a bunch more time. But it's just like, because again, there's a difference between like, people, Joe Biden still has a lot of positives going for him in terms of things that he can utilize against the Trump campaign. He still has things presenting himself to him that he can take advantage of. But the difference between people who are going to show up to vote for Biden versus people who are going to show up to vote for Trump. People are going to show up to vote for Biden either as a vote against Trump or because they want to, like make sure that their Medicare and their, different types of benefits and social programs they have access to are upheld. They want to push forward, climate change measures. One of within Biden's infrastructure package, there's a variety of things that he put in there, like electric vehicle tax deductions and stuff like that. Like, I mean, it's minute versus voting for a Republican who's just going to get in there and destroy everything. You feel me? But people who show up to vote for Donald Trump, it's just, oh, he's my boy. Like, he can do all things. I can do all things through Trump, who strengthens me. Like, that's it. Like, that's it. It's so goddamn stupid, but it's the situation we're in nonetheless. Okay, I don't know exactly what this is, but it just seemed like it was something cool for us to check out. So let's see what's up. Okay, my bad, y'all. I was catching up on the comments. Fascinating video explores a VFX invention from Disney that was lost, but corridor crew found it.
Do you ever feel like visual effects in old movies were better? What if I told you that wasn't just nostalgia speaking? Back in the 1960s, Disney invented a technology that was in many ways superior to the green screen. But that tech has long since been forgotten. And what if I told you that we found a way to recreate it? Being able to layer one moving image over another is the fundamental building block of visual effects. Every single crazy effect shot from every movie you love relies on this basic core technique. And the primary way we do that is with green screen or blue screen. But there are lots of problems with green screen, even in this modern era. You can't film blurry or transparent things. You can't wear clothes that are the same color as the screen. And the spill of the color oftentimes ruins footage. If I want to make a movie about a clown wearing all the colors of the rainbow getting married on Mars, I can't. That bothers me. If I could get my hands on an invention that didn't have any of these issues, it would be like a filmmaking superpower. It would be like magic.
Do you really think so?
What's special about that hat?
It's transparent.
It's transparent.
It's transparent.
I thought the stuff I was seeing on screen was impossible. They're keying a veil. They're keying salt, smoke. They're even wearing blue and green clothes. This movie from 1964 broke every rule of chroma keying, and they did it all without computers. So
Yo, Mary Poppins, that's a good ass movie, man. I want to watch that shit. I used to watch that a lot. That's a good movie. I remember all them Disney classics. But no, I'm learning some new stuff right now because I know green screen technology, but I wasn't aware of like all the steep limitations. I know that you could be that limited.
do it. To explain the science behind the magic, we are joined by Dr. Paul Debevic.
The sodium vapor process. Instead of a blue screen or a green screen, they used what was sometimes called a yellow screen. It's a very specific spectrum of yellow made from a low pressure sodium vapor light that puts out.
You know, one interesting thing too that's seems to be a reality is that access to, whether it's real world engine, and I'm not even somebody who's like real up to date about all the programs that are available. But it seems that being able to make things look realistic or good is no longer totally beyond everyone's budget. Because you look at a lot of these recent Marvel projects, right? And they have these massive $200 million budgets and stuff like that. But the production value isn't that good. It doesn't really look that great. And then you have stuff that came out in 2005 or the early 2000s, 1999, that still looks really good. And those computers that they were using back then are nothing compared to the shit now. What was it? Godzilla -1, which is, is being hailed as one of the best Godzilla movies ever created, had what, like a $15 million or less than that budget or something like that. It had a $15 million budget versus like a 200 million plus budget. And they made a movie that was so good that it's being hailed one of the best. And they've been making Godzilla films since the early 50s, right? I think the early to mid 50s or some shit. All that to say, it seems that more and more power is going back into the hands of people who are just creative and passionate about the arts, because big business really is not making good art. They never have, but now they really can't. Like Disney just like, okay, this year we're going to put out 30 movies. Well, yeah, maybe one or two of them are good. You know what I'm saying? But I think that we're moving in a pretty strong direction for the arts in general.
One wavelength of light at 589 nanometers. Because it's just one wavelength, and because of how dichroic filters work.
Yeah, I'm glad that you brought this up too. Yeah, again, like a lot of kind of classical ways of doing things will gain more of their value, because while on the one hand it's true that misinformation absolutely does cause plenty of issues, it is also true that not everyone falls for it, and not everyone will fall for it. So like as the internet becomes more and more and more grossly oversaturated with just bullshit and nonsense, then as you pointed out, stuff like libraries and kind of just general classical skills will start to regain their value. So yeah, it's an interesting look into the reality of humanity and what we actually are at the end of the day, but also too, the reality of technology. You know what I'm saying? Too much is too much. It doesn't matter what it is. Too much of anything is too much of anything. So this is pretty interesting to see that, all these examples and stuff like that. Oh, what we got? How Blair, you thank you so much. You said that yes, and sex and weed, indeed. Happy 420. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Thank you everybody for everything. I appreciate you. But yeah, no, we this is an interesting episode.
You can actually block just that one wavelength or let just that one wavelength go through. So the magic of the sodium vapor process is they used a beam splitter prism so that the light that comes through the lens gets split onto two strips of film at the same time. The sodium vapor wavelength of 589 nanometers reflects out this way, and all the rest of the spectrum goes through and can expose a color image of the actor. And that's exactly what you need to get your map. What's kind of magical about it is that you can block that one wavelength of yellow without messing up all of the other colors. In that scene, there's no matte lines. He's motion blurring, he's dancing around. The compositing is impeccable.
Yeah, it's perfect.
You couldn't have gotten such great blur over the alpha channel with a green screen or a blue screen.
It seems too good to be true. Why are we not still using this technology today?
Yeah, really, what gives?
Because they were never able to replicate the prism.
What?
I've read that Disney was only able to produce one prism. Is that true?
They had to join two pieces of glass and then have layers of material with different indices of refraction. It's a very custom job, and it would probably cost tens of thousands of dollars at a minimum. Apparently there were 3 of these ever made, and also we don't know where any of these prisms are today.
And that means that I'm never going to get to answer this burning question I have. Is sodium vapor better than green screen? The science, the physics, they all tell me it is. But because the prisms have been lost to time, I'm never gonna get to realize my dream of a clown getting married on Mars. And then one day, I got a message from Paul Debevic. He had done what I thought was impossible. He had recreated Disney's magic prism, and he needed somebody to test it out. This will be the first test of the sodium vapor process in over 30 years.
Well, I guess this is like our hello world of sodium vapor matting. We've got our color image and our sodium vapor image there.
There it is. Look at that.
That's the idea.
It's working.
The first thing you need are some sodium vapor lights. So thankfully they still make the bulbs. Eventually, after we've had these on for 10 minutes, they'll start glowing that color.
I think it's working.
And then we've got a couple of LED lights here that are going to illuminate the actor. Sodium vapor mats.
Woohoo. Hey, pretty sweet. How is this working? How did Paul Debevic manage to resurrect Disney's lost prism? Well, with a deep understanding of the science of light and a little bit of creativity.
I'll do a beam splitter, but I'll just do a regular beam splitter like this beam splitter, and then we'll filter the light after it comes out of the prism.
Paul recreated the physics of the sodium vapor process, but he did it with all off-the-shelf components. Instead of a custom beam splitter, he used 2 filters. And instead of 2 strips of film, he just used 2 cameras.
Yeah, if you ever think your rigs are janky, they're all janky.
For the first time ever, my dreams are within my grasp. Want to know what's within your grasp? A beautifully designed website, thanks to our sponsor, Squarespace. Whether you're an artist, an entrepreneur, or dreaming of starting something new,
quite the transition.
Squarespace is your canvas. Building a unique online presence has never been easier, thanks to Squarespace Blueprint. Key clothes.
Paul, I would like to tell you about this character. Every time I approach a production company with it, they're like, no, can't do it, it's impossible.
Okay.
And it's a story about a clown that's trying to get married.
You look so dumb.
Me? What?
Look, I've heard big things about this magic crystal, okay? But this is ridiculous. That's impossible to key. Look at that. I hate to break it to you, but this video is going to be a disappointment.
JC, feel free to come on out.
It's my wedding day.
Oh my God. That would be difficult to key, wouldn't it?
It would. I forgot to mention that the clown's getting married on Mars, hence the need to replace the background.
Oh, of course, yeah. I think this is going to be fantastic.
I suppose we should clean up the lighting.
Yeah, kill all of the full spectrum lighting.
We need that one covered.
Yeah.
I need to cover one of the skylights so that we don't have all this like daylight spill coming in. And my dress is like Marilyn Monroeing right now. Keep this side down. It's the best the clown can do.
So as you can see right now, we're spending a lot of time getting these flags up.
Because what we don't want to have happen is we don't want the sodium vapor light to be hitting JC at all, because then it's going to be basically turning her transparent.
So this is a spectral light meter. It tells you the spectrum of the light. For example, this light here, that shows it's LED light that's made out of red, green, and blue LEDs to make the color white. And I can also take it and put it in front of the sodium vapor lights. There is our sodium vapor spike at 589 nanometers. So let's see if there's any sodium vapor light hitting our subject. Mostly good, but if I look closely here, I can see a tiny little blip. See that tiny little blip of sodium vapor?
Yeah, science.
We're very close, but we're getting a little bit of side spill on her, and we're just cleaning that up here. If we're the first ones to do this in like 30 years, I want to do it right, you know?
It went down.
Nice.
That should be better.
Hey, we gonna check out the results because I don't understand what the fuck going on right now. But the main point earlier of the conversation about, you know, real skill, true skill is becoming more valuable again because, you know, the internet is becoming overly saturated with repetition and bullshit.
Looks like we almost have a perfect mat.
Just to pay off.
Here are the results, and I'll let you guys be the judge.
Wow. That's wild.
So she's still there, but then with the green screen, it's like it'll all be gone, I'm assuming.
Dude, it's Mary Poppins. This is amazing.
It's incredible.
No, you dog! Water! He's drinking water on Mars! This is my favorite one. The water is just such a flex.
Checking the motion blur.
Oh, the hands. Oh.
Wow.
The motion blur drops the color exposure correctly on the background right there. Turns it red.
Oh, correct math. Oh my God, it's so good.
Dude, those little tiny hairs on top. Oh my God.
And I didn't have to do any work.
You didn't have to tweak your like white clip, black
No,
clip.
I hate that.
D-spill bias?
No, there's no spill.
What about your edge feather?
No edge feather, no D-spill, no messing with gamma of your mat, no thresholds, no restoring fringe, no cleaning the blacks, no cleaning the whites, nothing.
Just turn it on.
Just turn it on.
Wow.
Good job, good job.
That is amazing.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
So I just got the opinion of everybody at court.
But yeah, no, just some interesting nerd shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's another one of these trailers over here, but I don't know nothing about this. I don't know nothing about it. And we made it through one, so I don't want to risk too much. But look, listen, thank you everybody for joining on this. Really, it was a spontaneous 420 live stream because like I wanted to stream today, but I didn't have anything like I didn't have like a nerd news episode totally planned out because when we start doing that again, we're gonna be doing more topic based. So like we're gonna discuss Reddit shit and then like if you could choose a superpower, what would it be and what would you do with it? Type of shit like that. And just like more in-depth reviews to things. But you know, I figured, hey, I don't really have any plans today, so why not come on and kick it with the community? I appreciate y'all and yes, you know, I'm definitely about to go smoke me some weed right now. And then I need to get me some food. But yeah, have a good, safe rest of the weekend, and I will see y'all on